Hey everyone, this is my review for M3GAN, which just came out earlier this year, like a couple of weeks ago in Australia. I think it was like the 12th of January or some shit like that. This is the first movie I've seen from this year, and I'm so glad that we have started off with a banger. So M3GAN is about a woman named Gemma who has to look after her newly orphaned niece after the parents die in a car crash. And in order to cheer her up and give her a toy, she makes M3GAN, a doll that's basically just like a person. It's an AI doll that's very smart, and yeah, it's basically just like a person. The only problem is when M3GAN gets a little bit too attached to her niece, and anyone that tries to cross paths between the two, bad stuff happens to him. So this movie stars Violet McGraw, who was a little girl at the start of Doctor Sleep, Alison Williams as Gemma, I think, and not really anyone else of note that I can remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, let me just get this out of the way first. This movie is great. If you're someone that's sold by the concept of a stupid little killer doll, like me, a Chucky fanatic, go and check this shit out. I'm not saying it's as good as Chucky, because it's not. But, that doesn't mean that it isn't really fucking good as well. So the biggest positive for me personally is M3GAN. She's automatically an icon to me. She's straight up an absolute she's a classic villain. She's great. I think she's just an outstanding killer. I think she's so funny. I love the sass. I love the wit. I love the girl boss strut. Dare I say that word? I did just say it. Fuck it, whatever. This is M3GAN we're talking about. You can't deny that she is a gatekeeping, gaslighting girl boss. I fucking love M3GAN as a character. She is gold. Katie, in my opinion, is actually a pretty solid character. Note, that doesn't mean likable character. I think she's a little shit, but I think she's a well-written character. I don't feel like her actions are out of the ordinary or too extreme. And I think Gemma's a good character as well. Nothing, amazing, but again, passable. And I think they work perfectly in this movie because this is the kind of movie where you want to root for the villain. You want to root for M3GAN. You want her to go absolute ape shit and berserk, and these characters are kind of just there for it. And that's okay. They can be there. They can exist. And I think they're absolutely fine. Now, this was the biggest surprise for me, actually, is that the comedy in this movie pretty much always hits. Maybe that's because I was sitting in a theater where, everyone was here for a good time. Everyone was laughing. I actually applauded at the end, and I was sitting up the back. I started clapping, and a few other people joined in with clapping. Like we were watching the fucking Star Wars movie or some shit. But anyway, I thought the comedy always hit. I was giggling quite a bit with everyone else. It was such a fun movie-going experience. And these are the kind of movies that I live for. I can't get over how much fun I had watching this movie. And it's so funny, it's so fun, it's so stupid, it's so knowingly stupid, and just everything about it, almost everything about it worked for me. The kills, in particular the first one, really, really worked for me. I was just cackling away. And this is just a me movie. This is directed towards me. This is the shit I live for. For the negative side of the movie, I would say that the fact that it was edited down to be a PG-13 movie, it kind of lacks the carnage and the candy that you're kind of hoping for. You want it to be gory, you want it to be violent and messy and really fucked up, and it just isn't as gory as it could have been. And I'm really hoping that when it gets a Blu-ray release, it's going to be the unrated cut, the kills that were too shocking to be shown in cinemas and all that bullshit, whatever they say. But either way, if they say that or not, I just want to see a gorier version of this, because I think that it should be. I think this should be just an R-rated gore fest that, yeah, it just could have been so fucked up and so fun at the same time. And there's kind of, with this, there's a slight anticlimax in one scene towards the end. Basically, to be as vague as possible, a bunch of people are gathered into one space for a certain event. And I thought M3GAN was going to go absolutely fucking ham berserk and just slaughter all of them. And she kind of just leaves. She kind of just walks off. I was really hoping it was going to be some big fuck off massacre, like in Malignant, like in the jail scene. Anyway, aside from those two little flaws, I absolutely loved M3GAN. Absolutely go out and check it in theaters. Hopefully you can get to see it pretty early so people are still going to see it. So hopefully you can see it with a theater that also knows what they're in for. You can be laughing away and just having a great time. I'm going to give M3GAN 4 stars. Thanks for watching my review of M3GAN. I hope you check it out. I hope the rest of 2023 gives us movies as good as this. And I will see you all later. Bye.